Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and I'm back today to do a reading. This is a collective reading. This one is going to be a week ahead spread, and it's something that I want to carry on my channel if I can, if I have time, is to get a video uploaded for some time on Sunday for the week ahead. So this will be for Sunday, what will it be, the 2nd of November 2025. So as usual with all my collective readings, you take what resonates and you leave the rest. And I hope that there'll be something here that might help or support or inspire or just provide some clarity really on a situation. So there'll be 6 cards plus the bottom of the deck, 6 different questions. And I'm going to use the Everyday Witch. And this is the Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle, for which I will pull one at the end. I thought these 2 decks would be really nice for this time of year, so let's see what we get, shall we? I shall give these a quick shuffle. They have already been shuffled pretty well. So the questions for this little spread are the theme of the week, the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, the end of the week, what to build upon and what to let go of. So it's all quite simple. It's a little spread that I use for myself sometimes. I'm pretty sure that I wrote it out myself. I don't think that I got it from anywhere, but I've been using it on and off for a few years. So yeah. So for the collective, please, if we could have some cards regarding the week ahead. Okay. Oops. Right. So the theme of the week, the 5 of Pentacles. The beginning of the week, the Star. The middle of the week, the Page of Swords. The end of the week, the Knight of Wands. Oh dear, what to build upon. We've got a lot of court cards here, haven't we? What to build upon and what to let go of. And then we have at the bottom of the deck the 2 of Pentacles. So let's put that there at the end. Can we see all of those? I think we can, can't we? Are they all nice and straight? Just about. There we go. So, for the theme of the week, we have the 5 of Pentacles. And this is a hard card, isn't it? This is, well, 5s are often, in numerology, they're often numbers of conflict and instability and uncertainty and change. And this 5 of Pentacles in particular reflects that. It's a card of hardship, isn't it? And suffering, or at least perceived suffering, feeling isolated, feeling alone, feeling left out, being out in the cold. So this could really, for the theme of the week, it could reflect either a very real situation where you are going through a period of some kind of hardship, or just a perceived hardship. It can sometimes mean, I think, a kind of a rigid sort of mindset, being unable to see certain things around you that are positive. It can sometimes mean ill health, and at this time of year there is a lot of ill health around, so it could be that you're suffering with a bug, it could be that you're juggling money at the moment, that you're struggling with your finances. It could represent all kinds of hardship. But again, as I said, it could also represent a perceived isolation, which is actually not entirely true. Only you will know that. So the beginning of the week, we have, in stark contrast to the Five of Pentacles, we have the Star, which is a beautiful card, isn't it? It comes after the Tower. It's that kind of hope and healing and rebuilding. It's a card of faith and wishes. And so perhaps, even though there is a feel of hardship and struggles around, that you are keeping the faith, you are hopeful, you are trying to focus on your healing, and trying to count your blessings and be grateful for the things that you do have that are positive. So the middle of the week, we have the Page of Swords, which is a card of kind of new ideas, isn't it? There's a real sharp intelligence about this card, about this person. This could represent a person in your life, or it could represent yourself. There is, on the positive side, there can be a lot of sort of like eureka moments. Like if we look at this, they're just suddenly holding the sword aloft after reading all of these books. So it's like this moment of understanding or wisdom or intelligence or clarity, a sudden moment of understanding of something. But on the more negative side, sometimes this card can be kind of suspicious. You know, the Page of Swords is an overthinker. So, you know, there can be a kind of suspicious energy, or feeling on guard, feeling a little bit protective of what you know or what you have or what you think. So yeah. But I think generally this card, to me, this is a very sharply intelligent person, somebody who's very, very keen to learn new things. So like I said, this could represent you. It could represent somebody in your life. You could be studying. You could have children that are studying. Yeah. Card number 4 is the end of the week. So the beginning of the week might be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. The end of the week, sort of Friday, Saturday, Sunday sort of time. We've pulled the Knight of Wands. And all of these cards here actually are in direct contrast, really, aren't they, to this overall feeling of the Five of Pentacles. So if there is any hardship or perceived hardship around in your life, you're doing very well at the moment to cope with that, I would say. So the Knight of Wands is somebody that can be quite fiery and impulsive. They're confident. They can sometimes be reckless. You know, here it's like they're about to try and take on this dragon, which could possibly be quite reckless. But there's so much energy around with the Knight of Wands. This is a real go-getter of an energy. Very, very confident. So if you've had a moment of clarity or a sudden eureka moment in the middle of the week, that could be what has prompted all of this kind of action around the Knight of Wands, of wanting to get out there and sort of master something, or go on an adventure even. So what we have here to build upon is the Page of Wands. So we have another court card. And the Page of Wands is a person that is quite curious, somebody learning things, looking for new opportunities. Yeah, so if if we were looking at an energy to build upon, it would be that, wouldn't it? That there are always new opportunities, there are always new ideas. It's good, it's healthy to be curious. I think the Page of Wands is sometimes a little bit of a Joker type character as well. I think they struggle to take things seriously, so there might be something in that, you know, reflecting again upon this Five of Pentacles energy, that sometimes laughter is a good cure, isn't it? Is to not take things quite so seriously. And then we've got what to let go of with the Ten of Wands here. And the Ten of Wands is all about hard work and feeling overburdened, feeling like everything's a struggle, you know, feeling like all the responsibilities are on your shoulder, which again may reflect back to this Five of Pentacles energy here, because, you know, this poor witch here, she's responsible for a child and her cat, and, you know, that can all feel like a big responsibility, particularly if you're on your own, you know, if you're a single parent. If you're coping with a lot of caring and responsibility for other people, or you have ill health of your own, it can feel like an upward struggle, as in this card here, where she's just burdened and exhausted. So if that's what to let go of, you can't always let go of some of your burdens and some of your responsibilities, but what you can do is try and change your mindset somewhat towards those things, to maybe have a little bit more humour, to maybe push yourself to go out and do something that's fun or adventurous, that's nice, to remain hopeful, to look for healing modalities in your life. You know, to recognize the new ideas and the clarity when those things come to you. You know, there's some very good energies here. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Two of Pentacles, and I think that can sometimes be sort of like the overall energy of a reading as well. And with the Two of Pentacles, we're always juggling, aren't we? We're always trying to find a balance. You know, twos are all about duality and decisions and sometimes partnerships. So to me, it feels very much like the overriding feeling of this week ahead is of struggle and juggles and needing to balance your responsibilities with some kind of peace of mind and pleasure for yourself, and downtime for yourself in your life. And that's not always an easy thing, is it? But I think with the right mindset and a little bit of positive action, a little bit of enthusiasm and motivation for doing some positive things, I think this week is really all about mindset. Not saying that it's not difficult energy, that there is not hardship here, that you might not be struggling to juggle and balance certain aspects of your life and still feel like you have a life for yourself. But sometimes the only thing you can do is change your mindset about what you're having to deal with, if you know what I mean. So let's pull a card from the Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle. If we could have a card, please, that gives some good advice about the way forward for the next week, please. So, what have we got? We have confidence, which is really nice, isn't it? We have confidence. Let's have a quick little read from the book about this. I mean, you know, the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, two very, very confident people. The Page of Swords is pretty confident also. So, you know, it's all there, isn't it? Let's just see what the little book says, though. To be a proud warrior goddess that you were always destined to be, you were born into your life to live it to the fullest extent possible. Embrace your given gifts and use your superior strength to move towards your goals. Strive to be your own advocate while standing up for your beliefs and causes. I think that's what's going on here, you know. I think this person here is standing up for their beliefs and causes. And the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands are definitely living their lives to their fullest extent. So know that you are worthy and a perfect extension of the universe. Be your authentic self. Express your personal thoughts with pride and confidence. It is all right and very normal if your ideas diverge from other people's opinions. This diversity and unique blending is what makes the world go round. We can see a little bit of that here in the Star, can't we? And the Two of Pentacles, I think. Hold your torch high. Well, we've got the Star here with this energy being held high. We've got the Sword being held high, the Pentacles, and the Lantern. So hold your torch high and conquer the world as you follow your chosen path, and it will lead you to greatness. So your intention is be unstoppable, have no doubt or fear, live in your own skin, and most importantly, love yourself. I think we can see that here across the middle of the week, can't we? Even though the theme of the week and the bottom of the deck show these quite difficult situations, like I said, I feel that you're coping with it really, really well. So take some confidence in your abilities to get through this challenging time. And like I said, I think your mindset is everything here. It's important to realise that life will not always be this way, and that you do actually have everything within you that you need to cope with this. So there we go. That is your spread for the week ahead, beginning, I think, the 2nd of November 2025. So please do say hello, leave me some feedback. I love to hear from everybody. I'm sending you all my love, and I will see you all again soon.